Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Lies official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Today on Days of Our Lies, Sloane takes a pregnancy test, EJ and Nicole fight about the baby, and Lee confronts Melinda, while Johnny delivers devastating news to Rafe. Rafe tells Paulina of the phone in the square that he will find Lani before anybody notices she is missing. Johnny approaches after hanging up, enraged that his erstwhile stepfather has lost his job. Rafe admits to breaking department policy, prompting Johnny to wonder if he and Jada are serious. Rafe claims that relationship is new, and that they both care about each other. Johnny is relieved to have found someone following his divorce. Rafe claims that he and Nicole were never intended to be together. When he mentions that everyone knew she'd go back to Eric, Johnny adds that she's now pregnant with his father. Rafe's pupils dilate. Nicole's pregnant. At the Dimara mansion, EJ rubs Nicole's feet while admitting that having Dimitri nearby would allow them to keep an eye on him, and hopefully sway his vote. After telling him about Abe's burial, she informs him that they will be able to learn the gender of their baby during their appointment tomorrow, if he wants to. Tripp discovers a note from Lee after calling to cancel dinner plans with Wendy due to work. It describes how he is getting over Gabby by going on a date. Lai says she's not the DA tonight in small bar as she marvels at getting hooked up with Melinda. She is a woman on a date with an attractive man she wants to know more about. They discuss about movies and stare into each other's eyes while eating salmon, which they both enjoy. Melinda hasn't had a good time with anyone since her divorce from an abusive son of a bitch. When he asks, she confesses that her ex is the reason she has a soft spot for people like Talia. Talia runs into Jada at the pub. A preoccupied Jada can only think about Rafe losing his job because of their connection while she rambles about her community duty. Talia argues that it would be worth it for Rafe to be fired after she gushes about him. Sloane promises Colin over the phone outside her apartment door that she will represent him at his trial the next day. She then informs Colin that Eric is absolutely unaware that he is the father of Nicole's child. Eric was lying on the couch as she opened her door. She gulps and hangs up the phone with Colin. Eric inquires as to what he is unaware of. Sloane admits to hiding something from him. Wendy, dressed in sweatpants and a green face mask, consumes a dish of munchies while watching TV. When Tripp returns home, she promptly places the bowl in front of her face. He teases her before telling her he has the night off. They can still book a table at the bistro. She'd rather stay home after a long day of work, especially since Lai is out on a date. Rafe is processing Nicole's pregnancy in the square when Johnny drops another bombshell. The baby could be Eric's. Rafe laughs. He's relieved to be in a non-drama-filled relationship. He inquires about Johnny, who informs him that he is no longer seeing Wendy. They take turns expressing how pathetic their lives are while playing sad guy poker. Johnny wins when he claims that the girl he was madly in love with left him for a nerdy doctor, his last ex left him for his sister, and he doesn't have a hot detective to fall back on. Rafe is convinced there is a girl out there, swiping left on him while they converse. Johnny corrects himself by swiping right. Rafe invites Johnny to join him and Jada in the pub for a beer. At the mansion, EJ expresses his desire to learn the gender of the baby, but Nicole refuses to tempt fate. She doesn't want to fall in love only to lose the baby. With no assurances, EJ believes they should treasure every moment of the journey. She thinks he merely wants to know if he's having another boy. He argues that he is completely evolved and would be delighted if their child is a female. Being the father of his child means everything to him, yet he knows why she's protecting herself. He hopes she will eventually allow herself to accept that this baby is a reality. He enthusiastically embraces her. Nicole walks away, a troubled expression on her face. Sloane informs Eric that her menstruation is a few days late at her apartment. Eric dashes out the door to grab a pregnancy test. Wendy is in Tripp's arms as they sit on the couch and watch Body and Soul. He expresses his delight that she chose him. She regrets putting him through that stupid competition. Trip believes it was worthwhile, while Wendy believes it was not for Johnny. Trip is confident that by the end of the week, he will be with Wendy or someone else. Wendy is aware, but her concern is for her brother. She hopes he's having a good time on his date. At the bar, Lai observes a different side of Melinda and admires what she has done for Talia. Melinda is also seeing a different side to him. While she doesn't agree with the extent he went to maintain Gabby, she recognizes that Gabby gives as good as she gets. Gabby and Stefan flirted with both of their emotions and then abandoned them. It's no surprise he wanted Stefan dead. Lai smirks, unsure what she's talking about. Melinda informs him that he is not with D.A. Trask in the questioning room. She likes him and suspects something is going on, so she expects them to be honest with one another. She inquires as to whether he was the one who brought Rolf back to brainwash Harris. Lai reaches into her purse and pulls out a recorder. She protests that he is mistaken, but he rushes out. Melinda shouts at spectators before starching with a frustrated expression. Talia presses a recalcitrant Jada for information about her sex life at the pub. Jada relents exaggeratingly and declares that making love to Rafe Hernandez is the bomb. Johnny slaps Rafe on the back as they walk in and says, "Way to go, buddy." Rafe pushes an embarrassed Jada to the side. She explains that she was simply attempting to silence her sister. That review, he believes, almost makes quitting his job worthwhile. They kiss and agree they have no regrets. He then asks her to assist him in finding Lani. She concurs. Johnny sits with Talia and remarks that she pretended to be interested in his ex-wife. He doesn't know her well enough to hate her, but he can't stand the thought of her hurting someone he cares about. She regrets assisting Colin and will go to any length to make amends to Chanel and her family. He warns her that if she hurts Chanel again, she would have to deal with him. Wendy and Tripp's make-out session is interrupted when Lai returns home. Lai slumps onto the couch, declaring his date a horrible failure. He, however, refuses to discuss it and retreats to his bedroom. Wendy wants to get back to their night, but Tripp wants their first meeting to be unique and free of distractions. Wendy concurs that their first date should be all about them. Melinda drinks wine and orders whiskey at small bar. She regrets the fact that her date will not be returning tonight, or ever. She glances wistfully at the Lost Love Chardonnay label after slamming her whiskey. "Damn it, Melinda," she grumbles. "You really screwed this one up, didn't you?" Sloane and Eric see two lines emerge after Sloane takes the pregnancy test. Eric wonders if that implies what he believes it does. Sloane enthusiastically agrees. "We're having a baby." They kiss while repeating the phrase. Kayla makes a stunning discovery about Whitley next on Days of Our Lives, while Rafe and Jada seek for Lani. Days of Our Lives is now only available on Peacock. Subscribe to Peacock to ensure you never miss an episode. Please keep in mind that if you buy something after clicking on a link in this story, we may gain a small commission on the sale. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.